It's time for the match game. Hollywood Square Hour with Gallagher. And our special tribute to Leave It to Beaver with Barbara Billingsley as June Cleaver. Richard Deacon as Mr. Rutherford. Ken Osmond as Eddie Haskell. And Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. And the stars of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour, Gene Rayburn and John Bowman.
Thank you very much. John, I think they're ready.
I think so.
I tell you, we've got something special planned for today, and I'm kind of anxious to get to it, aren't you?
I am. We have several people from Leave It to Beaver, along with Gallagher, whose distinction is that he used to watch Leave It to Beaver.
Right. Well, let's all greet our stars right now with a big round of applause. Hello, stars!
Here we go!
Stars of Beaver and Gallagher. Well, it's a joy for us to have you here. You know, it's going to be a little difficult for me to talk to these people and find out what they're doing now and all that without doing something that must be a terrible cliche to each of them. For instance, Jerry, what do you do now? I mean, people must ask that of you all the time.
Well,
I'm embarrassed.
I do an awful lot of things. I do a lot of college speaking on Leave It to Beaver, which is a lot of fun. A lot of comedy clubs. I go around and appear at that.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be doing a couple movies next year, so a lot of good stuff like that.
I tell you one thing he did. I did a play in Dallas, Texas a couple of years ago called Tribute, and I was at one dinner theater, and he and
The competition.
The competition. He was at the other dinner theater, and everybody went to see him,
No,
but nobody came to see me.
No,
so get off the stage, Jerry
okay.
Mathers. Well, listen, it's a joy to see all of you, and thank you for being here with us. Let's say hello to our two players now. Here we have Renee Tavasoli and Kay Kimball.
Yay!
Hello there. Let's get acquainted. Renee, tell us about you, please.
Well, I'm a wife and a mother of an almost one-year-old baby, and I'm a roller skating teacher.
You're a roller skating teacher?
I sure am.
I own the roller skating rink in Hyannis, Massachusetts.
Really?
I'm a roller skater.
I didn't know that.
Bring your skates.
They're in the
tomorrow.
car.
They're in the car?
Yeah.
No kidding.
You
We
want me
could
to go get
skate
them?
right out here. This is a wonderful floor for skating, isn't it? And Renee, do you teach, what is it, figure skating? Not
Yeah,
figure, it's dance.
artistic skating.
Artistic
Figures,
skating.
freestyle, and some dance.
Well, it's a joy to have you with us.
Thank you.
Have you ever seen Leave It to Beaver?
Uh-oh, she's thinking. Go home. She's too young.
Are we going down the drain slowly?
Very fast.
Now, wait a minute,
Can I
Renee.
teach him to roller skate instead?
Renee, Leave It to Beaver has been on. I realize the original series was on a long time ago, but it's still playing. I saw it yesterday morning here in Los Angeles at 9:30. It's in reruns. You've never seen it either in reruns or the original? Get the whip out and the chains. We're going to take care of her. Okay, Renee, now let's find out about Kay Kimball.
Thanks, Gene. I have to say with greatest pride that Leave It to Beaver is #1 in my book. I love them. I've seen every show.
Good for you. Thank you, Kay.
And,
Good for her. We'll test her later.
I've been married 2.5 years, which is when I moved out here 2.5 years ago. My husband just started working on a 4-year program in clinical psychology for his PhD, and I'm currently a full-time mom for my baby girl who's 1 year old.
Well, good for you, Kay. Now, good luck to both of you. Let's begin the match game. The object is to match as many of our celebrities as you can. We'll play 3 rounds. The one who has the most matches at the end of the 3rd round will go on to challenge our returning champion on Hollywood Squares for a chance to win up to $30,000. Renee, you won the toss. You go first.
A, please.
A it is for Renee. Here's what it says. The country of Nerdocrumbizia.
We don't have to spell that, do we?
A mythical, tacky country we made up. The country of Nerdocrumbizia is really going to the dogs. When their national anthem is played, instead of standing, they all blank.
Now, don't write so fast.
Very good. Richard's been here before. I remind all of you and the contestants the operative phrase. Well, I guess you must know what the operative phrase is. All right. Okay, here we go. Renee, the country of Nerdo-Crumbesia is really going to the dogs. When their national anthem is played, instead of standing, they all blank.
Bark?
Bark is Renee's answer. All right, Barbara. Renee said bark.
Bark is a wonderful answer. I wish I'd said it, Renee.
You didn't say it. What did you say? They all squat. That's pretty funny, Barbara.
Yeah.
You can't give the right answer, at least give a funny one, right?
I was going to put that.
Jerry?
Well, after they all squatted, they shook or shake hands like a dog.
Oh, I see. All right.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
Close.
You're going to stay out of show business from now on, is that right?
Shake.
Yeah. He still talks funny the way he used to, remember? All right, Ken.
I was kind of with Barbara. I was thinking fire hydrants, but I went for scratch.
Scratch, okay. Going to the dogs. Dogs do indeed scratch. All right, John, what do you say to this? When the national anthem is played, instead of standing, they all...
Do you know that our show is on in Nerdo-Crumbesia and gets a 40 share, Gene?
No.
It's a big hit there.
What do they know?
Well, I guess this is how you can tell who's been on this show every week since its inception. Bark.
Bark it is. One for Renee.
At least for that question. Watch me come up the next one.
Now, Richard Deacon has been on. This is the first time in the new
Many
series,
times,
but he's
yes.
on a lot of the old
Right.
Match Game series, and it's a joy to see you again, Richard.
Thank you very large. Renee has never seen Leave It to Beaver, so I ain't going to help her at all.
You're not.
I said bark.
Bark. Okay, two for Renee. Gallagher.
Well, I believe I'm right in there with him. I have another form of the verb bark. I have bow wow.
What about that?
Yeah.
That is a matter. So she did well with her first round question. Not a clean sweep as I thought it would be when she came up with bark. I thought that was marvelous.
Really?
Anyway, here it is. Murray said, you know, they put anything in food these days. I just bought an Oscar Mayer wiener, and Oscar's blank was in it. Watch it. All right.
Don't talk to
Slot,
me.
and away we go. All right, Kay. Murray said they put anything in food these days. I just bought an Oscar Mayer wiener, and Oscar's blank was in it.
Nose.
His nose was in it. Okay, she said nose. Not bad at all. Mixed reaction from the audience. Barbara, what have you got for us?
Well, she's such a nice Beaver fan. I put nose, too.
Aha! 3-1 the score. Right.
Well, that was a little too grotesque for me. I remember Oscar Mayer with the big hat, so I figured his hat would have
His
fallen
hat
off.
fell into
What
it.
can I say?
Okay. All right.
Listen, Gene,
Right along
I'm
with Shake,
I'm
though.
probably older than you think, and I can remember Oscar Mayer when he used to drive around in his Wienermobile.
It is Wienermobile. The Wienermobile was in
Remember
there.
that big?
Yeah, I do
big
remember
sausage?
that.
That could have matched, though.
It could, close. Oscar Mayer wiener and Oscar's blank was in it, John.
Yeah, I tried to shy away from the answer nose for obvious reasons. I said thumb.
Thumb is another good possibility. Not a
Come
booable
up here and
answer.
say that.
Any body appendage is okay here. All right, Richard.
Well, a wiener is a hot dog, right?
Right.
I said dog.
His dog was in it.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, knock it off.
All right, score remains 3-1 unless Gallagher here bails you out and gives you another match, Kay. What do you say, Gallagher?
I've seen him make the wieners, and it's his toupee.
His toupee. Aha. Okay, gotcha.
Where's yours?
You put me next to him?
Yeah, I put you next to him.
To show you the possibilities. You could let this go.
All right, now, so there's round one. Good tight game going here. 3-1 the score, Renee's favor. Round two coming up after this. Here we go with round two. Now, there are the two questions, and Renee, since you're ahead, you have to go first.
I'll stick with A.
You're going to stick with A. 3 people play. The entire upper tier.
Oh.
The lower tier lays out because you matched her in the previous round.
Oh, okay.
All right? Macho Mike is so macho.
How macho is he?
Half-hearted. If you're going to do it, you must plunge into it. One more chance. Macho Mike is so macho. A little better.
I like that one.
I'll tell you how macho he is. He trims his chest hair with a blink. That's how macho he is. All right.
No.
Ready, Ken? All right. Macho Mike is so macho, he trims his chest hair with a blank.
A saw?
A saw! Boy, that'd hurt, wouldn't it? That's good.
A
She
what?
said a saw. That's the ultimate in macho, Barbara, isn't it?
That's macho-ier than I am.
Macho. What'd you say?
I'm a razor.
A razor. Well, that'd be difficult with no soap and all that. That would hurt and sting a little bit. What'd you say, Jerry?
Well, I figured a saw would be a little tough, so I said a lawnmower. You could just push it back and forth over there. But...
Another, that's a macho one.
He's getting there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could you do something for me?
What?
Say, gee, Wally, he uses a lawnmower on his chest. Say that.
Gee, Wally, why does he use a lawnmower on his chest?
That's it.
That's it.
Your inflection was a little better than mine, Jerry. All right, Ken.
Listen, your judges have got to go along with this. He was
How about
macho.
that?
He was macho.
Yeah, very good, Ken. Okay. So, Renee, you picked up one. You're up to 4 now. Now let's see if Kay catches up with you here. The stewardess said, I'll tell you why this plane smells so funny. Well, that's because instead of a cockpit, it has a blank pit. Tell you why the plane smells so funny. You finished?
We're up upper floor here?
Oh, yeah, because you haven't matched her yet, you see. You haven't matched Kay yet, so you must play this round.
Doesn't have a cockpit.
I'll tell you why this plane smells so funny. That's because instead of a cockpit, it has a blank pit.
This is a truthful show.
It's a very truthful show.
Boy.
Truth in advertising.
Got a good orchestra, too.
All right,
Makes you wanna
Kay.
dance.
Yeah.
The stewardess said, I'll tell you why this plane smells so funny. That's because instead of a cockpit, it has a blank pit.
A bull pit.
A bull pit. Very good answer, Kay. A bull pit.
No, that's a pit bull.
No, a bull pit is where the pit bulls operate.
Oh.
Aha, see?
Where does the minister speak?
Yes.
Maybe Jerry.
Jerry, did that come to your mind?
Well, not quite.
No?
I was getting there, though.
Yeah.
I figured if you didn't have your deodorant, it might smell like an armpit up there.
That's a good one.
We ask you.
What do you got for us?
I'm batting 1,000 here. I said a bear pit.
A bear pit. All right, there are all kinds of pit possibilities here. What came to your mind, John?
I think I've come to the right pit here, really, but it's not going to help her very much. The
Yeah.
armpit.
All right.
It is the pits.
Richard, she's still looking for the bull pit.
Can't help her. I'm with arms.
You are. Give her a bull pit, Gallagher.
No, garbage, I thought.
A garbage pit, yeah.
Well, I thought that was...
Well, what do you know?
So she picked up one. The score is now 4-1 in Renee's favor. The third and final round right after this. Okay, the third and final round coming up. Here we go. Bing. Now, Renee, you're still ahead. You still have to go first.
How about it? Change over to B.
You want to change over to B?
All right.
All right, let's see what
Yes.
Yes.
All
It's
right.
only for the beaver and his mother. All right, ready? Here it is.
Aw.
Harry said, Christmas gets stranger every year. I just saw 2 sidewalk Santas, and they were blanking. Christmas gets stranger every year. All right. Here we go. Renee. Harry said, Christmas gets stranger every year. I just saw 2 sidewalk Santas, and they were blanking.
Kissing.
Kissing? Kissing? They'd get their beards all tangled up doing that, wouldn't they?
Mine haven't gotten to that place yet. They're just dancing.
Having a little dance.
Oh,
They were
you
dancing.
can't boo Beaver's mother.
Well, I don't know. What is Santa Claus coming to these days? I put kissing.
Kissing! So you pick up one more, Renee. Now, Kay, here's the way it is. You need 4 to tie and 5 to win. This is your last chance. Here it is. Everyone except Barbara will play. Fat Frida.
I know her. I used to date her.
You did? No kidding. How was she?
Fat.
Fat. All right. Fat Frida is the world's noisiest jogger. Whenever Fat Frida takes a step, her blanks go whoopa, whoopa, whoopa. Whoopa, 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 whoopa. Ready, Ken? Here we go. Okay.
Yes.
Fat Frida is the world's noisiest jogger. Whenever Fat Frida takes a step, her blanks go whoopa, 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 whoopa.
What a picture.
Whoopa.
Her boobs.
Her boobs go whoopa, whoopa.
She's playing a win.
What did you say, Jerry?
Well, I could see her, and you were going whoopa whoopa, so I was saying her lips. You know.
Oh, her lips go whoopa, whoopa.
Not
All
quite.
right. Now, you got to match the remaining 4 to achieve a tie and stay in the game. Ken, what do you say?
Well, you know, I was looking over there, and she was such a sweet girl. I was thinking boobs. I really was. But,
Her
she looked
legs
like a
went
nice girl, I
whoopa. So
thought.
that means Renee wins the game. Right over here, if you would please, I'll get to you in a moment or so. Now, Kay, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. It's a
We're going to
pleasure
send
to
some
be here.
gifts your way. Many
Thank
thanks
you.
for being
All
here
right.
on the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. Kay Kimball. Hello there. Well, here we are. We congratulate you. Now we're going to switch to the Hollywood Squares part of it. There's the set. We're going to bring 3 more bodies out here. And I'm going to trade places with John Bauman, who will be hosting Hollywood Squares. We've got lots more excitement coming up here. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
A member of our studio audience will receive a 28 diamond Benrus fashion watch, adjustable Italian mesh bracelet, silver tone dial and case, precision 17 jewel movement furnished by Benrus. It's time for more of the Match Game, Hollywood Squares Hour, with more of our tribute to Leave It to Beaver, with Frank Bank as Lundy, Jerry Weil as Judy, Rich Carell as Richard, and taking over, the star of the Hollywood Squares, John Bauman. Hey there!
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We'll be right back. You come back too. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And now, John Bauman and the Hollywood Squares.
Okay, thank you, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. With me, I have Renee Tavasoli, who says that she has never seen Leave It to Beaver, but now we all know why. It's because she's been practicing the match game. She made her way through the match game onto the Hollywood Squares portion of our show. And before we start that, we're going to say hello to 3 brand new celebrities. They are Rich Carell.
Hi, how are you?
Frank Bank, and Jerry Weil. Frank Bank, otherwise known as Lumpy. In fact, that's what your name tag says. You can see right in front of all our celebrities, we have changed their name tags to read their character names, with the exception of Gene Rayburn, of course.
And Richard, don't forget him.
Yeah,
He's
and
stuck
Richard.
in there, too.
And Richard, who happens to have the same name as his character.
Yes.
Frank, I wanted to ask you, you know, as having played Lumpy for so long, do people like stop you in the street and say, "Hey, Lumpy," and do you get offended?
Oh, no. I am. I mean, you know.
He is not possibly
They don't
offended.
stop Richard to say, "Hey, Baldy."
He
I
is
mean,
so
you know.
egotistical.
And
Listen,
just in case,
Yes,
on
Richard.
his car, it says Lumpy on his license.
Customized California plates.
Frank Lumpy Bank. Okay, well, let's move over and play Hollywood Squares with all these loonies right now. Here we go. Let me fix your chair. It usually is severely disturbed. Okay, before we get right into this game, we have one more thing to do. We have to say hello to Cindy Charbonneau. She is our defending champion. She is returning with a total of $32,000 and some amount of dollars that just flew off the podium. Here we go. It's over $32,000 somewhere. You probably know the exact figure, do you?
Yes.
Tell us.
$32,800.
As if she hasn't been keeping count. Have you given any thought, since this is the start of a brand new week for you, you've had time to think, you given any thought to what you might do with $32,800? If not, some of these people I'm sure can help you spend that money.
Well, I've had a lot of advice, but I think we're going to stick it away somewhere until we can decide in 30 years or so.
Okay, so we will all find a $32,800 under Cindy Charbonneau's mattress. And now let us play Hollywood Squares, and we're going to play this game till you hear the time's up bell. Whoever is ahead at that point is, of course, our winner. Goes on to play Super Match for up to $30,000, which is an amount you won on your first day here. Our first game is worth $100 plus $25 for every square you capture. Our champion always gets to start, and that is you, Cindy. Pick a star, and let's go.
Beaver, please.
Jerry Mathers.
I'm ready.
You're an average guy. Who has more teeth, you or a beaver?
Now, that's a tough one. Well, I would think a beaver would have more teeth, you know, because they're always gnawing at trees and they break a lot of them off, and I think they're like sharks and they grow back.
Agree or disagree, Cindy, for the first square, that a beaver has more teeth than the average guy?
I disagree.
You have more teeth than the average beaver. You are right to disagree. You get the square. A beaver, with the exception of Jerry Mathers, a beaver has only 20 teeth. So there. Renee, pick a star.
Gallagher, please.
Okay. Here you go, Gallagher.
All right, I like that last question. This ought to be a good one.
You're going to love this one. According to the lyrics of the rock group Talking Heads' current hit song, I'm an Ordinary Guy. Right? Got that
You
so
have
far?
more teeth than a beaver.
Am I wearing a dress or burning down the house?
Well, I'm sorry to say you're burning down the house.
What? You'd be
Well,
sorry
it's
if he
these
was wearing
kids
a
these
dress.
days.
Would you rather be wearing
Yeah,
a dress?
these are the lyrics to a song.
Well, it's easier on the city.
Agree or disagree, Renee, that the lyrics of that song say you're burning down the house?
I agree.
Burning down the house it is. You're right to agree, you get the square. The man knows his music. Gallagher, a man and his music. Cindy Charbonneau, a woman and a place to put her square.
Richard, please.
Okay. Rich Carell.
Yes.
According to Mary Ellen, the helpful hints expert, how can you keep a sausage from shrinking?
They got the right guy.
Thanks, Lumpy.
Watch it, Lumpy. How can you keep a sausage from shrinking? Before you fry it, should you stick it with a fork or roll it in flour?
Well, I'm not much of a cook, but I would think that rolling it in flour might work.
Agree or disagree that you should roll that sausage in flour, Cindy, for a place to put your eggs?
I agree.
You should roll it in flour. You're right to agree. You get the square. Okay, your X goes up. Renee Tavasoli, you're playing O. Pick a spot where you'd like to put one.
Eddie, please.
Hi.
Eddie Haskell. Which came first? The Society
chicken or
for
the egg?
The Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or the first convicted criminal to fry in the electric chair?
The SPCA came first. I'm a big animal fan, and so I know that. That was quite some time ago.
Mm-hmm. Probably not a big fan of criminals.
No, the SPCA has been around for, well, I bet they've been around since 1850s, I think, something like that.
Agree or disagree, Renee?
I have to agree.
The Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals came first. You're right to agree, and you get the square. And O goes up. Okay, Cindy, critical game situation. Pick a star for your X.
Judy to block, please.
You missed this one, Renee will take the first game. Judy,
Yes.
or Jerry Weil. According to studies at UCLA, when an intimate couple are together in public, who usually touches the other more, the man or the woman?
Definitely the woman.
To
I
block,
agree.
or disagree?
I agree.
The man usually touches the other more. Your opponent gets the square and wins the game. Okay, Renee Tavasoli. You got 3 O's in a row, and that's won you the first game and $100. We will be back with a $200 game right after these messages. Return with us.
Stay tuned for more of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour. Now, back to John Bauman and the Hollywood Square.
Is our defending champion on the ropes? Is our defending champion on the ropes? Will she be defeated by a lady who has never seen Leave It to Beaver? Tune in next week. No, tune in right now for a $200 game started by Cindy Charbonneau. Pick a star.
Beaver again, please.
See if I get this one right.
She's persistent, Beaver.
That's right.
The ancient Olympics were very different from the Olympics of today. In ancient times, did the athletes compete in the nude, or were the losers thrown to the lions?
Well, they were very definitely in the nude. They had a lot looser morals back then, and they felt that the clothing would restrict them.
Worse than L.A. now?
We're unlike the days when we shot beaver.
People I know.
Okay, so that you say they competed in the nude.
Very definitely.
Agree or disagree that in the ancient Olympics, the athletes competed in the nude, Cindy?
I agree.
They did compete in the nude. You were right to agree, and you get the first square in this game and $25. Okay, Renee, you're playing O. Pick a star.
I'll start with Jean, please.
Gene Rayburn.
Yes, sir.
2 of these a day will help your child fight tooth decay. Is it 2 cups of tea, 2 shots of bourbon, or 2 bananas?
Well, by the process of elimination, we get rid of the tea because
Gene-
the tea will only stain your teeth and give you ugly stains in your teeth, although it's a delicious drink. Don't write me any letters, tea industry, please, because I'm illiterate. I can't read or write, and you'll never get an answer from me. The bourbon, of course, would be verboten. That would be dangerous to give a child. So by the process of elimination, it has to be bananas, because bananas, they've got phosphate and all kinds of good things in them that nourish other parts of your body in addition to your teeth, Renee.
Agree or disagree that 2 bananas will help you fight tooth decay, Renee?
I agree.
Boy, are we going to get letters. 2 cups of tea will help you fight tooth decay.
I don't believe it! I don't believe it!
Yes, you should have disagreed. Your opponent gets the square, and the reason is that tea has natural fluoride. Okay, Cindy.
Well,
There is a real break for you. Pick a star.
Judy to win, please.
Right. Jerry Weil, otherwise known as Judy. You're a happy, healthy woman, but each day 50 strands of your hair fall out. Deke, you should have gotten this question.
Don't look at me.
We're not happy women. We're hardly happy men, aren't we?
You're a happy, healthy woman, Judy, but each day 50 strands of your hair fall out. Is that normal, or are you going bald?
It's normal.
To win the game, is it normal to have those strands of hair fall out, Cindy?
I agree.
It is normal. You are right to agree. You get the square and you win the game. 3 in a row. XXX, and that makes the score 325 for you and 175 for Renee. So far, we will clear the board and move immediately on to the next game. This one is worth 300 smackaroos. Renee, you get to start this one. Pick a star.
I'll start with Beaver.
Lead-off man here.
You got a terrible cold, Beav, and you're all stuffed up. Can eating chili peppers relieve your congestion, or will eating them only make it worse?
Well, it very definitely would relieve your congestion. You get down there and it kind of burns out all that snot, and you're just...
Beaver, I'm surprised at
I would say it would help.
And we thought you'd grown up, Beav.
What can I tell you?
Okay, so what was the answer?
Burns it right out.
You don't want to hear the answer.
It burns it right out, so it relieves your congestion, is what you're trying to say. Yeah. He says that chili peppers will relieve your congestion. Agree or disagree, Renee?
I disagree.
It will relieve your congestion. It's no relief for you. Your opponent gets the first square in this game. Okay, Cindy, you got 1 X so far. Pick a star for your next one.
Eddie, please.
Hi.
Hi.
Ken Osmond, otherwise known as Eddie Haskell. When your cat misbehaves, Ken, should you flick him on the nose, tug his tail, or stick him in a box?
I told you I was an animal fan. I know all about these things. Okay? The tail, because you flip them on a nose and you could damage their olfactory system. Okay? And you put them in a box, that won't cut it. The tail.
He says you should tug your cat's tail if he misbehaves. Agree or disagree, Cindy?
I agree.
You should flick his nose. You should have disagreed. Your opponent gets that square. Okay, Renee, your move.
Gallagher.
All right. I feel lucky.
Leave it to Gallagher. You want to talk to a friend, Gallagher, but instead you reach her phone machine. According to Miss Manners, is it okay to hang up, or should you always be polite and leave a message?
Always be polite and leave a message. Just say on the phone machine how much you're insulted by phone machines. That's polite.
Agree or disagree, Renee, that
I
you
agree.
should always be polite and leave a message?
I agree.
It's okay to hang up. You should have disagreed. Your opponent gets that square. 2 X's go up, and we will be back to complete this $300 game after these messages. You be sure to come back to. Okay, Renee Tavasoli, 200. She has left it to Cindy Charbonneau, whose move it is to pick a star for a place to put her X.
Richard to win, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Rich Carell.
Yes.
You're flying at 20,000 feet with your pet yak. Suddenly the cabin loses pressure and your oxygen masks drop down. You put yours on. Now, does your yak also need oxygen, or can he breathe just fine without it?
I could answer that one. I'm the animal man, remember?
Yeah.
You got it wrong.
What does Ken think? No, a pet yak. What would be the difference between our breathing and a pet yak? I would say that the yak doesn't need the oxygen.
He says a yak can just breathe just fine at 20,000 feet without oxygen. For the game, agree or disagree, Cindy?
I agree.
A yak can breathe just fine without oxygen at 20,000 feet. You get the square. You win the game at $300, making the score 700 for you, 200 so far for your opponent. That is a big lead, but we're going to clear the board. We're going to move right on. The next game is worth $400. Last game was won by Cindy. That means that you get to start this one, Renee. Pick a star.
Gallagher.
All right.
The University of Maryland gives away something that they say people can't get enough of. Is it used cadavers or fresh cow manure?
Where is this now? This is
the University of Maryland.
Okay, what do they have too much of? Well, I'm going to pick cow manure because I've noticed the level of the questions on this show. And I think cow manure.
Agree or disagree, Renee, that people can't get
Remember,
enough of
it's
fresh
horse
cow
country.
manure?
I agree.
Fresh cow manure it is.
All
You
right.
have to agree, and you get the square. Okay. University of Maryland, and what they have too much of is soap operas. Okay, Cindy, pick a star for me.
Beaver, please.
Here we go.
Beav. There's a beaver coat in your closet.
How many teeth does it have?
Does your coat need to breathe, or should you cover it with plastic?
Well, you probably should have it in a cold storage vault if it's a fur. So it would depend how cold your closet was. I would say cover it in plastic.
Agree or disagree? You should cover that coat with plastic, Cindy.
I disagree.
Your coat needs to breathe. You were right to disagree. Good playing. You get the square. Okay, that's well done. Renee, you're playing O. Pick a place for your next move.
Judy, please.
Okay.
Jerry Weil.
Yes.
Can you eat an aardvark, or are they too tough to chew?
An aardvark.
You remember having an aardvark for lunch
you don't
not too
skin
long
it.
ago?
You just
It was
wanna
on the
just
flight
eat
with
it
a yak.
Raw. I think it's too tough.
Okay, agree or disagree that an aardvark is too tough to chew, Renee?
I agree.
You can eat an aardvark. No, you should have disagreed. Your opponent gets that square. South African natives, in fact, hunt aardvarks for food.
Everyone.
Okay, Cindy, your move.
Jean to win, please.
This will win you yet another game. 3
All right.
X's in a row. Gene,
Yes.
on an average day in America, which gets laid more?
What?
Bricks or eggs?
On an average day.
Steady.
Yes. Don't touch me unless you love me.
It's official.
An average day. I would say, because of the housing slump that we've been in the last several years, because of this wonderful administration we have in Washington, I would say that more eggs are laid than bricks.
For the game, agree or disagree, Cindy?
I agree.
More eggs it is. You were right to agree. You get the square. You win yet another game. And the score is 200 million eggs to 20 million bricks. Well done. Okay. That was our $400 game. Now we're going to move right on to another game worth $500. This one gets to be started by you, Renee.
Beaver.
Pick a star.
Beaver, please.
Jerry Mathers, once again. Jerry,
I'm ready.
you've run out of deodorant, and your date is at the door. According to Cosmo, which of these things can be used as an emergency substitute? Calamine lotion, margarine, or vinegar?
Oh, well, that's real easy. I mean, who does...
Cover it in plastic.
That's right, Gallagher's got it.
Well, here, I think he's using the vinegar.
That's what I'd say. I'd have to say the vinegar. I don't think I'd use margarine. I mean, it'd probably drip down your arm. I'd use the vinegar.
Agree or disagree that vinegar is an okay deodorant?
I agree.
Okay, you were right to agree. Vinegar it is. You get the first square. Cindy Charbonneau, looking very confident, but it's not over yet. Pick a star for me.
Richard, please.
Rich Carell.
Hi.
Hi.
Who's hotter, you or your duck?
Who's hotter, me or my duck? Well, the duck is covered in feathers, needs to be in water a lot, so I think the duck is hotter. Hotter body temperature.
Right. Agree or disagree, Cindy?
I disagree.
Your duck is hotter. Yeah, you should have agreed. Your opponent gets that square. Your duck's body temperature is 105 degrees. Yes, Gallagher.
Is that everyone's duck or just his?
We assume that it's everyone's duck here
Well,
on
that's
this
good
show.
to know.
Yeah, that bell means that time is up with $1,175. Our winner once again, still champion Cindy Charbonneau. Well, see, she's been on the show a couple of days. You don't even have to tell her anything. She just disappears right over there. Join Jean Rayburn. She's ready for her shot once again at the big money. And Renee, we do have to say goodbye to you.
I had a blast.
You had a good time. That's good, because you really were an excellent player. She
Thank
just
you.
got on kind of an unstoppable roll. You are leaving here with $275. And, of course, thanks for playing Match Game Hollywood
Thank
Squares.
you.
Go right home and watch Leave It to Beaver tomorrow.
I will.
Understand? Okay. Jean Rayburn, take it away.
Thank you, John. Congratulations once again to Cindy here. We'll be back with our 9 celebrities and Cindy and a go at the big dough right after this.
Now, here to play the super match is Gene Rayburn.
Thank you, Gene Wood. Here we go. Before we get to the super match, Cindy and I were just talking here, and she was looking up at the cast we have assembled here of the Leave It to Beaver group, and she says, how is it that they look the same after all these years? It hasn't been that many years. When was the series on? When did the series start?
About 26 years ago. It actually started
Was it
in 57.
26 years ago?
It
October
started
4th.
in 57 and ended in 63, wasn't it?
57 to 63.
That's a good many
Well,
years
you're
ago.
all younger than springtime, I must say.
yeah.
Thank you. All right, here we go for the big money super match. Cindy, where you can win up to $30,000. Let's have a go at it. We polled a recent studio audience and said, write down your best answer to this. Christopher blank. Remember the top answer is worth $1,000? Bing, thank you. The second answer is worth $500. And the third answer, $250. You may enlist the aid of any 3 of our 9 celebrities there for some assistance here in suggesting answers. Whom do you want to call on first?
Richard, please.
What do you say?
All right, now Christopher blank. I'd say Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus is 1.
Eddie, please.
I got to go with Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeves. All right, there's another good one.
June.
Christopherson.
Christopherson. Is his real name Christopher?
Will it
Is
work?
his name Christopher?
I think so.
No, Rabbit. Do
It
Rabbit.
isn't?
No, do Rabbit. Christopher Rabbit. That's good for you.
Christopher Lee?
Who's that?
He's in the horror movies, you know.
Dracula.
Oh, right.
You know him.
Right,
He's
right,
the
right.
third best choice.
Okay. All right. Here we go. You got Columbus, Reeves, and Lee. Now, you may choose one of those or give us one of your own. What would you like to do, Cindy?
Reeves, please.
Christopher Reeves is the one she's chosen. Let's find out if Christopher Reeves is up there, and if so, where. We'll begin by revealing the $250 response. Christopher Cross. All right.
So he was the 4th best choice.
Right. Here we go with the $500 response. Christopher Reeve, you've got it. All right, $500 for you. All right, audience, what do you think is up on top there?
Columbus.
Columbus. Slide the big one. Columbus it is. Now, Cindy, you've got $500. Means you're going to play the head-to-head match now with any star you pick. Remember, each star is a number, a 10, a 20, or a 30. And if you pick a star with a 10, we'll multiply by that number. And there's one star up there with a 30. If you choose that one, we'll multiply your $500 by 30, which means you will be playing for $15,000. Which one do you choose?
Richard, please.
All right, Richard, grab that tab on the top of that card and give it a jerk. Go. 20! So you're playing for $10,000. There it is. That means you'll be well over $40,000 if this works for you. Good luck to you. This is it. Richard, you'll write your answer. She'll give us a verbal response after you've written it and put it in the slot there. Here it is. Double blank. Double blank. No help from the audience, if you please. This has to be an exact match. Double blank. All right, he's ready. Cindy, are you ready?
Yes.
Well, you have a smile on your face. You're getting to be a veteran at this. How many days you been up here?
This is my third day.
This is your third day. All right. How do you fill in that blank to collect an additional $10,000? Double trouble. She says Richard will match you for the $10,000. What do you say?
Double trouble. I'm a movie fan, so I put 007.
007. 007. All right, now listen, you picked up so much money playing the Hollywood Squares part of the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. At this moment, you have a total of $34,475. Wow. Congratulations, Cindy. We'll be back with you in a moment, right after these messages. All right, here we go. We're all anxious to find out which of our stars had the big 3-0. So everybody grab the tab. Ready, set, go. Give it a pull. John Bowman had it. John had the big 3-0.
I had it myself. Nobody called on Lumpy, Gene.
Oh, Lumpy.
Better luck tomorrow.
Nobody likes Lumpy.
It's just
Nobody
like high
likes
school.
me either.
What?
Nobody liked me either.
I
You're
like
bald.
Mr. Rutherford. Well, join us tomorrow. Find out if they get called on. Gene Rayburn here
John Bauman, so long.
for the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. Goodbye.
A member of our studio audience will receive Montgomery Ward's 19-inch color portable remote TV, programmable remote system, 130-channel capability, automatic color system, and room light sensor, furnished by Montgomery Ward. This is Gene Wood speaking for the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. A Mark Goodson television production.